Cardinals are in their home whites. They'll be going left to right on your screen. USI wearing their Cardinal navy and white uniforms, going right to left on your screen, and they win the tip. They will be playing with a smaller lineup tonight. Maddie Webb and Chloe Gannon, two key players for USI, both 6'2", out of the starting lineup tonight for USI. As the Eagles trying to get off to a good start, and just not quite able to fall. Olivia Cochran pulls down the rebound. Here's your starting lineup for Louisville. No surprises from the last time out. Nyla Harris gets the first points of this game.
And Jeff, we talk about Louisville's starting lineup, but this is a deep team. Everybody can come off the bench and make something happen. And we talk about 9 newcomers. That's pretty impressive. And hopefully Coach Rawls can get this team to mesh together. And he keeps talking about how it's going to take some time and for everybody to be patient. But it's a good one to start with tonight to try to get a win.
Good contest and a good competition as Allie Saunders breaks the mold for USI with a little runner there. It's always so much fun in this city and in this state, in this region, with Indiana and Kentucky to get college basketball and high school basketball underway. Olivia Cochran nails the foul line jumper, and we're going to talk a lot about her, not just tonight, but through the course of the season. Her 5th year now with Louisville, making her 132nd start for the Cards. There's a 3-ball from distance is no good.
And that's what USI is going to have to do tonight, is just make open shots.
Randolph's 3 is no good. McKinley Randolph, the freshman, trying to get going. A McDonald's All-American out of high school. And there's Tajianna Roberts with the early steal.
And as you see, this USI team is going to be playing a 2-3 defense tonight, trying to make the Louisville Cardinals shoot the 3-point shot outside. And it was a key emphasis at their practice yesterday to try to get the ball inside and then work it out.
Roberts steps into a jumper and hits it. And the heater continues for Taj Roberts. Just an incredible debut. Hit 4 threes. There's a good intense moment here for Louisville's defense, winning the jump ball, and they will get possession.
Yeah, nice kick out by Olivia Cochran and Taj Roberts. USI trying to run her off the 3-point line, and she just takes and makes the easy jump shot.
It's worth noting that Louisville playing right now without Jada Curry, who's got to figure to be a key player for Louisville in the long run this season. Had a great first year last year. And Harris draws the foul underneath. So the Cards getting the opportunity just early to get some of their younger guards or new players into the mix before Jada comes back.
Yeah, definitely. And that's the thing. For this start of this game, it was good to see Nyla and Olivia getting the ball inside, making something happen. Because when your veteran players have a good start to the basketball game, then your newcomers, you know, kind of feed off of their energy.
The foul was on Shafford, so we'll keep an eye on that early in this one, as Nyla Harris doesn't get the first free throw to fall. Out of Orlando, a junior, has been playing consistency since she got here at the start of her career. USI breaks the pressure. 2 consecutive turnovers for the Eagles. Saunders tries to 3 and got it. And that is something USI does really well.
Yeah, Allie Saunders can shoot the 3-point shot. And, you know, you see Louisville pushing the pace and pressuring on defense, but they cannot let her get going on the 3-point line.
Shot 36+% from 3 last year, USI, and they've got a bunch of shooters on the floor at all times. This is Trinity Ralston, a sophomore from right here in Louisville, went to Sacred Heart. Got to be exciting to play against the hometown team.
And, you know, Jeff, we talked about Louisville being a quote-unquote newer team with a bunch of new players, where this USI team is a lot of veteran players. They're returning 4 out of 5 starters from last season.
And all 6 of their top scorers from last year as well, as Louisville gets a transition bucket for Cochran. Ralston finds Saunders. Saunders has been the offense for USI early. Good offensive rebound there from Meredith Rayleigh, and she'll go to the line to shoot too.
Nice kick up the floor. Olivia Cochran finishing the layup.
Mari Berry coming in for Jalea Williams. And Alif Istanbuloglu is coming on for Olivia Cochran as well. Maybe some tactical decisions here to play a little bit smaller against this USI team. Meredith Rayleigh, graduate student from Homestead, Indiana, was the OVC tournament MVP last year, all-conference performer. Good pace to this thing early. Harris was trying to find Istanbuloglu, couldn't do it.
And USI doing a really nice job of not allowing paint touches from Louisville Cardinals. Getting their hands on the ball, excellent steal.
It's the first turnover of the game for Louisville, and Jeff Wall's starting to make a few changes here just a couple minutes in. Saunders, nice crossover into the lane. Rayleigh draws the foul underneath, and she'll go back to the line.
And that's one thing, USI, they can shoot the three-point ball, and they can shoot free throws as well and make them. And that's one thing emphasized yesterday at U of L's practice that I was watching, is they can't get into early foul trouble and put them on the line to keep USI in the basketball game.
Merissah Russell checking in, graduate student from Ottawa, and a friend of Cards TV, by the way. She's did a sideline reporter gig for me and our crew for a soccer game recently. Was excellent.
I did. That's
so
awesome. I did see that.
There's Meredith Rayleigh, had an excellent start to this season, continuing her great career as she knocks down a couple of free throws for USI. And pressure from the Eagles here, making Louisville work up the floor. Zella Arenas also checking in for the Cards, by the way, as a free ball falls for Merissah Russell.
And that's what Merissah Russell comes into the game to do, is shoot that three-point shot. But she's also another one of those veteran players who's been in the program and can help these younger ones when they don't know what to do.
Nice pass inside, and Rayleigh is going to go back to the free throw line. Early going here, lots of intensity as the Cards are out front by 4.
All right.
The Fast Break Club is the best way to impact the U of L women's basketball program. Donations to the Fast Break Club go directly to support our student athletes by providing necessary resources to be successful in their academic and athletic pursuits. Membership is available October through March of each year. For more information, please contact Courtney Walton at courtney@gocards.com. When Louisville women's basketball wins at home, you win. Celebrate the Cardinals' victory with 10 free wings with a purchase at any of your 6 Depot Brady's locations. After the win, scan the QR code on the video board and share the offer with your server for up to 3 days after the win. Depot Brady's, good food, good sports. All right, it's time to play Buy or Sell, brought to you by Schuler Bauer Real Estate Services. Our contestant is Susan. Susan, here's how the game works. We'll read a statement, and if you think the statement is true, you hold up the buy card. If you think the statement is false, hold up the sell card. Are you ready? Here is today's statement. During the 50 seasons of the Louisville women's program has the team earned more than 1,000 wins? Buy or sell? You are correct. They currently have 1,011 wins. Congratulations. You are winning a Jeff Wall signed mini basketball hoop. Remember that when buying or selling your next home, members of the U of L community can earn up to $5,400 back through the U of L Real Estate Rewards Program. Visit JewelerBauer.com. It's the best move you can make. And now get on your feet for t-shirts from the Kroger crew. Thanks as always to Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
Well, we're back here inside the KFC Yum Center, where, of course, Louisville always trying to play some tough non-conference games, and Southern Indiana is exactly in that mold. 25 wins last year in their third year now of the transition to Division I. So even though they won their conference tournament, they couldn't go to the big dance. They still went to the WNIT and got a win in that tournament. But Rick Stein has his team cruising, 449 wins to his name as the head coach at USI in 26 years. And this is going to be, we know, a real battle for Louisville, which is what Jeff Walz wants in these early season games.
Exactly. He always schedules non-conference teams to kind of mimic what that first, second round of the NCAA tournament is going to be. And USI winning their conference, like we talked about, they're in their third season of switching to Division I, so they couldn't make the NCAA tournament last year, but still competitive team.
A couple of substitutions made their way on the floor during that break as Lexi Green came on for USI along with Sophia Loden. And Cards still in possession, down to 10 on the shot clock there. A three ball is no good. And over the back is going to be called, I believe. It was Nyla Jeffermans who was whistled for it, the freshman from Australia who just came in for the Cards. It's a good block out underneath by Rayleigh. This is Saunders. Shafford, the pull-up jumper, hasn't gotten it going thus far. Well, for her first two. Three ball is off for the Cards. Arenas was the taker there.
And right now, just a back and forth ball game. The tempo right now is both teams are pushing the pace.
And Shafford stepping into her first bucket. We got a cooking game here. 13-12 USI in the first quarter. Back here in Louisville, Jeff Greer, Jess Lemley McDaniel, and Jess made a comment right as soon as we went to timeout that she knew Jeff Walz was about to call a timeout, a 30-second timeout, just to get reorganized. He's got 4 freshmen on the floor right now. What do you think they were talking about?
Yeah, well, right now, let's see. Olivia Cochran's back on the floor, so he did substitute. But he's still trying to, get used to this team, get different lineups in, see who plays well with each other. And yeah, he was not happy after that last little run. But now you have Olivia Cochran and Merissah Russell in to help out some of the freshmen.
Arenas, Berry making their home debuts for Louisville, along with Jeffermans. 3 offensive rebounds and 6 second chance points so far for USI. We're back underway here. Southern Indiana up 13-12 here in this first quarter as the Cards, a little bit of a battle on their hands as expected. Good defending there underneath from Amaya Buchanan, the sophomore from Evansville. Three-ball corner pocket. Merissah Russell on the board. The return shot is off, but the offensive rebound collected by USI. The possession will stay with the Eagles. Merissah Russell getting going early here. A couple of threes for the graduate student.
Yeah, and coming off that timeout, that's exactly what you want to see. Veteran player hitting a wide open three-point shot to kind of get this momentum going for the Cardinals.
You know those baseline out of bounds plays, or as I like to call them, blobs. I enjoy that moniker. Big emphasis for Jeff Walls and his teams. Ralston driving in, tough finish in the lane, missed it. And it's gonna stay with USI. And they get 20 back on the shot clock there. Saunders guarded by Russell. Tough finish in the lane, it's good, and Saunders has 7 points in the early going. Louisville working against a zone, and it's stolen by Saunders. That's a tough finish from Saunders.
Saunders is feeling herself.
She is 9 points for Allie Saunders, the junior. It's a 9-3 USI run. What kind of answer does Louisville have to this energy? Let's see.
And, you know, USI's offense is coming from their defense right now. I mean, just look how hard they're playing. They're not letting Louisville get anything easy. No open shots, taking the ball away from these freshmen.
Arenas tries the runner as the shot clock expired. Jufferman's with the offensive board, trying to bully her way to a bucket, made the smart choice.
Yep, smart choice by Nyla to get that to Olivia Cochran.
And leave it to Olivia Cochran to settle her team down with a little short corner jumper. She's got 6. Austin Buchanan, the jumper, got it. USI is shooting it in this first quarter. They've made each of their last 3 field goals, and they're up 2.
And Jeff, that was one of the keys to the games for this USI team to be successful, is to hit their open shots.
Saunders has been a menace on those entry passes in the high post. Another steal for her. Jeff Walls letting his team play through it. Arenas to Russell, steps into a 3. Bingo!
And Merissah Russell 3 for 3 from the three-point line.
Russell is feeling it.
And Jeff, what a ball game so far.
This is fun. Down under 20 seconds. A 1-point USI lead and a steal from Russell. Arenas with the finish. Down under 10 seconds. Rick Stein urging his team forward, down to 4. Saunders tries the heave. And catch your breath, Jess. 22-21 Louisville. At the end of the first quarter, 3 steals, 2 rebounds, 2 assists for Allie Saunders. For Louisville, Cochran and Russell have been huge. 6 of 6 from the field. Everyone else is 3 for 9. There's Roberts in the corner. Haven't really gotten a chance to see her get going just yet. And a foul on the floor there as Cochran took a hit. First foul of the night on Allie Saunders. Barry getting some extended clock here. Nice pass. And a bang 3 from Roberts.
Taj Roberts, you cannot leave her open.
2 for 3 to start this game. There's Shafford. Now Rayleigh. The entry pass to Buchanan. 10 on the shot clock here for Saunders and company. And a travel is called on USI. That time a little bit of a hurried offensive possession.
Yeah, and that's what Louisville, that's what their defense wants, you know, to happen, is to get up in USI and make them be uncomfortable. And that's what that possession looked like.
Randolph had that pass picked off by Shafford. Saunders is ahead, missed the layup. That's one she'll want back. She's been excellent tonight. Couldn't get the roll. Roberts is open for 3. What a board there underneath. A battle for Randolph. And snagged it with the right paw. Louisville out front by 4 here. An early timeout in the second quarter.
It's time for Mike's Car Wash Lucky Row. Congratulations to fans in section 117, row AA. You are going home with a prize from Mike's Car Wash. And don't forget, every Tuesday during the Louisville basketball season, it's Louie Tuesday. Get $5 off Mike's Car Wash's top 2 washes for Louie Tuesdays. Mike's Car Wash, family owned and operated since 1948. Congrats to Kevin and Timothy. They're sitting in the best seats in the house thanks to Caesars Southern Indiana. Escape the ordinary at Caesars Southern Indiana, your entertainment destination. You must be 21 years old or older to gamble. Know when to stop before you start. Gambling problem, call 1-800-9-WIN-IT. And now fans, turn your attention to the video board as we look back at the beginnings of Louisville basketball.
My name is Merissah. I played basketball at the University of Louisville in 1974-75 for Coach Becky Hudson, and then again in 75-76, which was Terry Hall's first year. My name is Jamie Wadle, and I played for Coach Hudson for 2 years, but I played at U of L 3. I saw the fight for equal rights. Title IX was passed in 1972, but at that time they didn't know if it applied to athletics. I saw personally the fight Coach Hudson fought for us. When I think back on my life and if I want to go back and could relive some years over, I would come back to U of L in Becky's years. Coach, we provided everything ourselves, our practice clothes. There were no scholarships. Becky not only was the coach, she was assistant athletic director of women. She was a full-time professor. She was also the bus driver for activism and fight for equal opportunities. This is why the local basketball program is where it is today. When I look at what the program
Back inside the KFC Yum Center, where the Cardinals lead by 6, and we've got a freshman on the floor, McKinley Randolph, who is one of 2 players for the Cards, who is the daughter of an NBA star, Zach Randolph, who's in the house tonight. Gilbert Arenas is the father of Isela Arenas. What are the odds that you would have 2 daughters of 2 former NBA standouts on one team? Nevertheless, part of the really impressive freshman class that Louisville brought in. We'll talk more about that as the show continues and throughout the year. It's a big part of what this team is all about this year. 9 freshmen on this roster. 3 top 25 prospects, McDonald's All-Americans. There's Cochran. Nyla Harris with 8 on the shot clock. She's got to go, and a block is called on Rayleigh. First foul of the night on Rayleigh. They got to keep her on the floor. There's Roberts out front. Cochran now on the post. Good find in the corner. Tough shot. And it's going to be a trip to the free throw line for Jalea Williams.
And we talk about all the freshmen and the newcomers, but Jalea Williams coming from Miami, playing in the ACC play, you know, she knows what it's all about and how hard you have to go day in and day out. So, like I said, she's a newcomer, but a veteran player as well.
Made the all-freshman team in the ACC at the U. Went to the Elite Eight with the Hurricanes. As you look there, the soft middle in the sophomores and juniors. And then you get to a player like Jalea Williams. And you know what? We talked so much about Roberts and her debut. I feel remiss that I haven't mentioned 11 points, 9 assists, 7 rebounds, and 4 steals for Jalea Williams. That's also an incredible debut. As Harris is out front and finishes, and Louisville starting to put the clamps down on this game, really making it difficult for USI as the turnovers are starting to add up. And 10 seconds is called there. Louisville's pressure just getting to USI a little bit.
And if you look at the players, the 5 players for Louisville out on the floor right now, you got Olivia Cochran, veteran, Jalea Williams, veteran from Miami. You've got Nyla Harris, veteran, and then of course you have Tajianna Roberts, who's coming off a huge game, and McKinley Randolph. So it's not, you know, just anybody out there right now creating this lead for the Cardinals.
Well, it was 21-17 USI with 54 seconds left in that first quarter. And since then, it's been tough going for USI. In their last 6 possessions, 0 for 1 from field goal, 5 turnovers. Ali Saunders and company trying to get things going again. Buchanan rattled out. And a foul underneath. That was the first on Loden. Louisville on this 14-0 run, powered in large part by a very frenetic defense. There's Williams. And Nyla Harris whistled for a travel out front.
She does not agree with that one, but I think her foot moved a tad bit. Jeff Wall's not very happy.
Louisville getting 1.348 points per possession so far. 14 scores in 23 possessions. A pretty good rate to start this game for the Cards as Cochran gets her hand in there for a steal. Now Randolph ahead. And the charge is drawn by Shafford.
Good hustle by Shafford. But right now, Louisville's defense is creating their offense. You know, you get a turnover there, but they're really putting the pressure on USI. So USI just needs to settle down and try to continue to do what they did in the first quarter to get their lead back in this game.
8 turnovers in 24 possessions for USI. And the Cardinals are taking advantage. Cochran really putting her imprint on this game. 6 points, 2 boards now to go with her steal. Williams, nice move underneath, couldn't get it to fall. There's a battle underneath with Rayleigh, Cochran, and Williams. And a big applause for the local kid, Reagan Bender, coming on, the freshman from right here in Louisville, went to Sacred Heart, a high school teammate of Trinity Ralston. And there's a long lineage of connections to Louisville and is your relative.
Yes, she is. Shout out to Reagan.
As we get going here again, 3 balls no good from Rayleigh, but the offensive board goes to the Screaming Eagles. They've been really good on the offensive glass. Saunders, tough shot. And it's going to stay with USI. Jeff Walls has to be frustrated in that regard. 7 offensive rebounds for USI, 8 defensive rebounds for Louisville, so just about even, and that is not a good number. But Louisville more than making up for it with forced turnovers, of course. A chance here to get back in the flow of things for USI. Saunders. And it looks like good defense underneath from Williams, but a foul is called in the jostling. First on Williams. It will be baseline out of bounds for USI. Shafford jumper, missed it. And Cochran is there again. Roberts pushing the pace. Nice little 1-2 game there. Roberts for 3, splashdown.
And that was excellent court vision by Jalea Williams. Drives to the basket, kicks it to Taj Roberts, who's a 3-point shooter, and she knocks it down.
An extended 17-0 run for Louisville. And the Cards are out to a 13-point lead. We're going to stay here for this timeout. Jess, I'm curious because we were talking through that first quarter. USI was getting some good looks, getting some layups, getting into the lane. Louisville has completely suffocated USI now. What's the difference the last few minutes?
It's all about Louisville's defense right now. They're making it hard for USI to get what they want, and that's get into the basket, kicking out, shooting the open 3. And right now Louisville's length is making it hard for USI to get anything. But I want to talk about Jalea Williams. She missed that little pull-up jump shot before she was able to get to the basket. She probably could have taken that jump shot, but she saw Taj Roberts, who's been an excellent 3-point shooter the past game and a half now, saw her wide open and kicked it to her, and that was beautiful basketball.
Williams already 3 rebounds, 2 assists, and a steal to go with her 2 points as Bender almost got a takeaway. Shafford on the drive, stolen by Roberts. Here's Williams. Good transition game here from Louisville. Thought it was a look for Bender. Instead, it's Cochran in 1.
And you know what? Some people will say she should have taken that shot, but if I were her, I probably would have passed it up too, just because of how the ball reversal was. She pump faked it, kicked it to Taj Roberts, where the defense has to come out to guard her to leave Olivia Cochran wide open to make the basket.
That is 2 fouls now on Allie Saunders, who has 9 points, a team high for her team, so that's a tough one. Her and Ralston both have 2. Cochran, just a steady Eddie through this entire career of hers. She was an outstanding high school prospect as she checks out and just continues to be such a fun presence on this team on the floor. 9 points now for her as Harris is back on the floor. And a big segment coming up here, under 5 minutes in this first half for USI to try to get back into this game. Louisville up 16 after trailing by 4 at the end of that first quarter. And again, it should be noted, USI playing without 2 of their primary interior players in Maddie Webb and Chloe Gannon. Maddie Webb was a preseason OVC watch list player and an all OVC selection. This quarter 0 for 6 USI. Louisville is 5 of 8 from the field. The Cards starting to heat up a little bit. They're shooting 61% from the field. It's the turnovers early that were frustrating as Harris flips it up and in. She's got 7. This is a 22-0 run for Louisville. And a steal from Williams, and she draws the foul.
That's one thing. Julia Williams, she is a steal and score player. She creates her offense from her defense. She did it at Miami. Jeff Walls expecting her to do it here at U of L, and she's done a nice job at it so far.
You can see she was frustrated because she saw the basket with only one defender nearby. Free throw's no good out of Pompano Beach down in South Florida. An underrated, in my opinion, part of the country for high school basketball. I lived down there for a few years, saw a handful of Division I level recruits on both the boys and girls basketball side.
And right now, USI needs to get something going.
Lexi Sepulveda on the floor here for USI. Under 4 minutes. This is Green. Rayleigh. Tough shot from Buchanan, but she got it, and that breaks a lengthy drought.
And that was excellent court vision from USI, seeing the mismatch down below.
Ended a 23-0 run for Louisville. Possession arrow will stay with Louisville after the tangle up there. Your referees today, by the way, Pualani Spurlock, Brendan Enterline, and Kayla Maxey. Doing a good job so far tonight. The Cards up 17 here with 3:20 to go. And 5 seconds whistled on Williams there. She couldn't find anybody.
There we go, good little fight back from USI. You know, they got the easy bucket, got a 5-second call. Really try to, within these next 3 minutes, they need to get it within 10, I would say, to go into halftime, to feel pretty good about where they're at.
Saunders was hot early. 9 points for the point guard. Almost able to slip that underneath. There's Rayleigh with a good hustle and a battle with Cochran. And this time the possession stays with USI. 8 on the shot clock here.
Nice pass. Just Nyla Harris got to her spot, was able to get a tip on it. But good hustle on the floor. That's 2 possessions now where both teams are going after the ball. And that's what you like to see.
And you're not going to hear either coach complain about effort after watching this one, as that jumper missed. Roberts with the rebound. Goes to her right. Bender for 3. Missed a bit off, and there's a foul on the floor. And that's number 2 now on Meredith Rayleigh, as Nyla Harris will go to the free throw line. Another player, we were talking about Cochran. Nyla Harris came in, started playing early on a veteran team, and has really just been a mainstay in the starting lineup, making her 52nd career start tonight. Just an effort player for Jeff Walls.
Oh yeah, she's always been one of those players from the start. But it's going to be neat to see, because you've got Jalea Williams, who's also a really big defensive player. And it's not going to be perfect tonight. It's the 2nd game of the season. But by the end, Jeff Walls is going to have this team meshing and playing well together. And Nyla Harris is going to be right up there with them.
It's a good deflection underneath to prevent the transition bucket. Here's Harris from Orlando. Saunders, guarded by Arenas. Step back jumper is good. That's a tough shot.
I tell you, Saunders is one heck of a ball player.
She's fun to watch.
Yes.
Roberts, trying to crack double digits in scoring in her first 2 games as a freshman. 3 balls no good from Bender. The rebound by Arenas. Buchanan ends up coming away with the loose ball. Saunders looking underneath for Rayleigh. Got tangled up underneath.
Number 40, Sophia Loden. Replacing number 24, Olivia Cochran.
10th turnover of this quarter for USI. Big reason why the Cards have spaced this game out. They were up 1 after 1 quarter, and they've outscored USI 18-4 here in the second. Minute and a half left in this first half. Rayleigh on the drive, tries to scoop it underneath Harris. Look at Cochran running the break.
Rim to
Olivia
rim.
Cochran. Point God. Roberts no good.
And Jeff, Olivia Cochran, different player from this year, can dribble it rim to rim, and first shot of the UCLA game hits a wide open 3-point shot. She's been working on her ball handling and 3-point shooting in the offseason.
Love to see it. Down under a minute here in this first half. It's been a fun game so far. Saunders slips, kept it alive, but Green couldn't do anything with it. Roberts will walk it up. A freshman from San Diego.
And Olivia Cochran working inside, wanting them to throw her the ball.
Arenas for 3, got it! The 6th 3-ball of the game for U of L. Well, this game started out at a high pace and USI came to play. Louisville led by 1 after the first quarter, but this second quarter was a clinic. 21-4 Louisville in that second quarter, and they will take an 18-point lead into the break. We've got starters in Maddie Webb and Chloe Gannon. Jeff Greer, Jess Lemley-McDaniel here with you to guide you through the second half proceedings. We're underway. Louisville going right to left on your screens now in their whites. And USI wearing road reds, as Cochran's jumper is her first miss of the evening.
Jeff, I think we may have jinxed her.
We jinxed her. We talked too much about the perfect shooting. And for USI, they'll be going left to right on your screen here. Another big season ahead for the Screaming Eagles. They went 25-7 last year, 17-1 in the OVC. They were picked to win their league again this year. There's Nyla Buchanan, and she's called for a travel. And that was a big problem in the first half. 14 turnovers in the first half for USI. And right away to start the second half, another one. It's Harris, Randolph, Cochran, Williams, and Roberts on the floor to start the second half for Louisville. Here's Randolph, one of those talented freshmen for the Cards. The other one, Roberts. What a drive here from Roberts! Couldn't get the flip in to go, and the shot clock runs out. Roberts almost made a ridiculous layup going away from her right hand. But a good defensive stand from USI.
We talk about Taj Roberts shooting the ball so well, but she's so quick, that first step to get to the basket, it's hard to stop.
Talked a lot about Allie Saunders. 11 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 steals. Played the entire first half. As Rayleigh got it going early there, but this time not able to get the roll. Harris inside, flips it up and in. She's got 9.
And that's 3 possessions in a row now that Louisville Cardinals has tried to get it to a post player, a post touch. So I'm guessing that was an emphasis at halftime to really try to get it, work it inside out.
Sorry there, Jess. Very clear as Rayleigh missed the 3 ball. And it's been a big factor for Louisville over the years, especially having a player like Olivia Cochran to try to get the ball into the lane and get some points in the paint. 16 so far tonight for the Cards. 6 layups. Nice little high-low action there, and Cochran draws the foul on, I believe that's Shafford. It is. That's her second. Shafford, the leading scorer coming into this game, or into the season, I should say, for USI. Just 3 points tonight as Cochran misses the jumper. The putback from Williams is no good, and a foul called underneath on Ralston. That's her 4th foul. That is significant for USI as the starting point guard for the Screaming Eagles is going to have to come off here with a lot of time left in this 3rd quarter. 2 free throws coming. As Williams gets the shooter's touch. And the Cards in good position to win number 16 in the home openers for Jeff Walls. Saunders working with Shafford. Good defense here from Louisville on Saunders, but nice job to find somebody in the corner. Williams with another rebound. She's got 6. Randolph missed it.
Good hustle by Nyla Harris.
Bodies everywhere underneath the basket. Cochran down, Harris down, Randolph down. And the possession arrow stays with Louisville off the tie-up. There's been no shortage of moments like that through this game. Tons of intensity between these 2 teams. Louisville surviving the initial giveaway. Now Roberts for 3. Got it! That is a dagger. As Roberts into double digits for her 2nd consecutive game to start her college career. She's got 11.
And that's one thing, coming in as a freshman, to have her first 2 games be as great as they've been, it's really impressive and really, exciting for Jeff Walls and his coaching staff to see her perform like they knew how she could in high school. But the consistency is what they look for, and the question was, could she go 2 games back-to-back with Olivia Cochran, a nice finish there, but could Taj Roberts go back-to-back games where she's been consistent? And we've seen that tonight.
Well, Roberts, right as we're talking about her, gets the rebound, goes coast to coast, and gets her 4th assist of the night. Quite the performance from Roberts. Cochran, 11 points, 5 boards. And it's worth mentioning for Roberts, she's got 7 threes now in 2 games, 7 of 16 to start her college career. And that is just what the doctor ordered for this Louisville squad. They struggled from 3 outside of Roberts in the opener. She was 4 of 10, everybody else was 2 of 19. As Roberts gets another rebound, and this game is starting to open up for Louisville. Williams inside, and a charge is called underneath. Shafford drew it.
The offensive foul on the Cardinals, number 12, Jalea Williams, her 2nd. Team first of the 3rd quarter.
I would be remiss if I didn't say this, Jess. This is a good USI team. This is a pretty impressive Louisville performance here to open up at home against a conference champion that has a lot of players back from last year.
Yeah, it's very impressive. And for USI to come out the way they did, we talked about how they didn't have two of their key players for this game. And to come out and just fight like they have been and continue to fight, you know, we knew it was going to be a battle, but Louisville has really settled in and has taken over this ball game in the second and third quarter here.
And we talked about the depth earlier. I mean, this is clear. As Jeff Walls has so much talent on this team. Step through jumper, no good from Loden. And Louisville's in transition again. Williams.
And yeah, Jeff, I mean, this is a USI team who put up 100 points in their home opener. So it's not like they can't score the basketball. I mean, Louisville has held them to 25 points. It's pretty good.
Yeah. USI now 2 of their last 17 as Cochran getting dizzy underneath. She's got 13. A whistle underneath on Williams. Just 4 points in the last 16 minutes and 41 seconds for USI. So something that was said somewhere seems to have spurred this Louisville squad into a very different second half performance.
And Jeff Walls, Jeff Walls knows his team can score the basketball. The first half, back and forth buckets, just passing around. So he probably sat them down and was like, look, we have to play defense. Let your defense create your offense. It's worked years in the past. And, you know, it showed the second quarter that they really buckled down and did not let USI get anything easy.
Rick Stein had a laugh with the staff there as they finally get an easy layup for Rayleigh, and it almost bounced out. But Rayleigh gets the bucket there for USI. Roberts thought about a 3. We're going to go to break here. Louisville in control partway through this third quarter in their home opener.
It's time for the Texas Roadhouse Peanut Gallery. Tonight's winners are in section 116.
back here in Louisville, and we mentioned McKinley Randolph making her debut here in the KFC Yum Center, coming in with her own high praise. Top 25 prospect, McDonald's All-American, high school All-American. Also the daughter of Zach Randolph, who is in the house tonight. Superstar at Michigan State, and then of course a fantastic NBA player, two-time All-Star. And pretty cool for him, I'm sure, to see his daughter playing her first home college basketball game for a big-time college program. Super, super cool. And we mentioned as well Izella Arenas, fellow freshman, the daughter of Gilbert Arenas. No, not quite sure if Agent Zero is here tonight, but we know Zach is. As Cochran, excuse me, drives the lane, has it knocked away. There's Arenas on the ball here out of the timeout. Driving, couldn't get it to fall. Saunders gets the rebound. Saunders' step back jumper is good. She's got 13. And if you're just tuning in, I promise you this game has not quite felt like a 24-point game. I mean, Louisville put the clamps on defensively as Randolph sizes up a three and got it. Her second bucket of the night. She's got 5. USI led in that first quarter. ABC champions. There's a driving bucket there from Lexi Sepulveda, has it back to 25, but Louisville getting a good workout here in this home opener. Cochran bullying down low. And that's going to be a tough mission all night for USI, as you've talked about, not having Chloe Gannon. Usually their starting center, Maddie Webb, another big interior presence. It's hurting them a little bit, isn't it?
Yeah, it definitely is. I mean, when you can't go to your bench as deep, I mean, right now 0 bench points from USI to Louisville's 16. I mean, it puts a big difference, especially with the tempo of the game and how fast the Louisville Cardinals like to play.
7 different scorers for Louisville, but they have played 11 players tonight. And that is to be expected all year. They've got 9 freshmen on this team. A ton of talent. And with the pace that Jeff Walz likes to play, you want to have, obviously, a deeper team so that you can continue it throughout the course of the contest. It's a 27-point Louisville lead. Cochran's got 15. Sepulveda driving, and is called for the double dribble. In contrast between these two teams, Sepulveda is the only true freshman on this USI team. Louisville has 9.
Yeah, and the good news is, I mean, Louisville is definitely going to continue to get better as the season goes on. It's a long season. You know, they're going to need everybody. And Merissah Russell, I thought she was going to hit another one.
Yeah, right on cue. A key bench player for Louisville the last few years. Can really shoot it. 3 for 4 from three-point range tonight as Rayleigh drives and almost willed that up and in through Juffermans.
But we talk about Louisville, and as the season goes on, you know, people are going to find their roles right now. Everybody, like we talk about, 9 newcomers. You know, that's not easy to just go out and play after you practice for just a few months. So, you know, everybody's trying to learn their role, learn what to do, what not to do, learn the program, learn how Jeff Walz coaches. But by the end of the season, you know, he thinks it's going to be a special team.
Rayleigh, the OVC tournament MVP, averaged 12 and 6 last year. That's the free throw there. Here's Russell, the Canadian, ahead to Berry, all the way to the rim, but an offensive foul is called.
And USI doing a really nice job of getting to the spot and taking the charge. Third one of the game for the USI team.
That's 2 on Berry. Amaya Buchanan coming on for Rayleigh here.
For the remainder of the quarter, both teams will shoot the buckets.
Louisville going on the road next on Tuesday at UT Martin. That was if I remember correctly, that was a difficult game for a little bit last year as well. Again, same reasoning that you play those games.
Yes, the last 2 years, it's actually been a very, very difficult game. You know, UT Martin's a great basketball team, but Jeff Walz schedules these games and these non-conference teams to kind of mimic those first and second rounds of the NCAA tournament of possibilities of who they will play.
Always good to test early. And of course, they've got Kentucky on the schedule. They've got some really tough games, as usual, coming up. Oklahoma, of course, they play UConn, USF, and Colorado. I mean, there's a handful of tough games on that schedule. Buchanan at the line. 4 points, 4 boards tonight for Amaya Buchanan out of Evansville. Hometown kid here for USI. Here's Arenas. Stan Balolu in the game here for Louisville. Arenas for 3. Couldn't get it to fall. Shafford got the rebound. That's her 3rd of the night. And told USI that Shafford would only have 3 points in this game. I think most of the folks with the program would be a little concerned. And just 1 for 6 tonight for Shafford. There's Berry.
Louisville working the ball in.
3 ball there from Russell is no good. Made her first 3, missed her last 2. Nice entry pass to Stan Balolu.
Good
and the
offensive
second
rebound.
is good.
And the ball movement from U of L, that's something they've worked on as well. Getting the reversal, kicking it inside. If you don't have it inside, kicking it out, knocking down the open 3-point shot. Or if you have it inside, take the shot.
The 8th scorer of the night now for Louisville. Saunders step back jumper off the spin move. She's done that a couple of times tonight. She's got 15.
Saunders continuing her highlight reel.
She's playing really, really well. Jefferman's underneath. Her first bucket at home for Louisville.
And that's one thing. I mean, you could look at the score right now if you're USI and just turn over and be like, heck, we gave it our best shot. But they're continuing to play hard. They're continuing to try to get back into this ball game.
Shafford 3 ball is no good. Bodies everywhere.
No touch.
And that was Lauren Carey trying to flip that shot in. It got knocked away. As Rayleigh checks back in.
You know, Jeff, we talk about Louisville scheduling these teams, you know, to kind of mimic the first and second round of the NCAA tournament. But then you've got USI, who has come to Louisville to play a top 20 program. It takes guts to do that, and they put on a great showing. But also, they can look at this film and take things out of it.
It's gotten into her bag quite a bit tonight. And she's tied with Olivia Cochran for the leading scorer in this game. Cochran, we'll see if she plays here in this 4th quarter. 15 points, 6 boards for Olivia Cochran, an assist and a steal to go with it. And by the way, plus 30 when she's been on the floor. The points off turnovers and second chance points for USI were 6 and 8 respectively. At the end of the 1st quarter, those numbers haven't changed. Here's a chance to maybe change it there, and the layup is no good. It would have been a point off turnover. And instead, Louisville gets the steal right back. Here's Arenas. Putback is good from Barry.
And good hustle.
There's a block from Juffermans, and we got a track meet here in Louisville to start this fourth quarter. All the way to the 10, it's good. Arenas has 7.
2 nice takes from Arenas. She couldn't get the first one to fall, was able to get that one.
She went with the Euro step, pass a hater on the first one. Flipped in the left-handed scoop on the second. It's a 30-point ball game in Louisville.
Choose specialized electives to earn certificates in distilled spirits, horse racing, franchise management, family business, or managerial analytics. No GMAT is required. Learn more about this nationally ranked and globally recognized accelerated program at business.louisville.edu/full-time MBA. Visit 502circle.com to support local student athletes and the Cardinals in a whole new way. 502 Circle is the official collective of the Louisville Cardinals. And remember to round up your concessions purchases with all funds going to 502 Circle. Littman's mops, brooms, and brushes are proudly family made in the USA. Visit Littman.com. That's Littman, the official hardwood floor care provider of the Louisville Cardinals. Join Coach Walls and Nick Curran for the next Coach Jeff Walls radio show on Thursday, November 14th from 7 to 8 p.m. Roosters in Middletown. Enjoy music, trivia, door prizes, and more. Seating is first come, first served, starting at 6 p.m.
Do you want to hear something absolutely crazy? Jeff Walls is in his 18th year as Louisville's head coach, and he is now coaching a bunch of 18-year-olds. 9 freshmen on this team, the youngest that he has had in his career, which has been a highly decorated one. We know all the numbers: 465 wins, a bunch of NCAA tournaments, 4 Final Fours, 2 national championship games appearances, tons and tons and tons of wins. And he's got a young squad with him here, and they're off to a strong start, at least at home. They've dropped their opener to UCLA, but you talked about this just before the game started. They were feeling okay about it, missed some shots, but they were otherwise happy with the performance.
Yeah, I mean, just think, this young Louisville team was in another country playing a top 5 program, and to come out to give the showing that they did and not backing down from the big stage, you know, it says a lot about this team, and it says a lot about where they can, you know, go to in the future come March.
Well, they played in Paris on Monday. They played in Louisville here on Friday, 2 famous French cities. And I know a lot of people call Louisville the Paris of the United States, so maybe not that big of a cultural difference. Pop on some croissants and enjoy yourselves as Easton Balovu tries to get into the lane. That last one was a stretch, I'm sorry.
And that's the other thing. I mean, you got to think about the time change,
Yes.
the travel, how quick of a turnaround this game was. So for them to come out starting slow, it didn't surprise me, but they definitely have picked it up here in the second, third, and now fourth quarter.
Such a cool experience to play in Paris, a increasingly big basketball city, as that 3-ball is no good. But it's part of, I mean, that's what this is, a huge part of what this is about. Only so many of these players are going to be WNBA players or go play in Europe or around the world, but to get to travel like that, play a high-stakes game early in the season, that's pretty cool and something you're going to talk about for a long time if you're on this team.
Oh, very cool. And, you know, eventually down the road, 20 years from now, you're not going to remember every basketball game, but you are going to remember the experiences and the teammates and family and friends that, you know, support you and surround you. And going to Paris is one of those experiences they will definitely remember for the rest of their lives.
The ultimate, it's the friends you make along the way story, right? As Buchanan gets the foul there, as got a nice seal inside on the entry pass, and she'll go to the free throw line. She has put in a shift today, 25 minutes for Buchanan. As this USI squad, we've mentioned it a few times, Maddie Webb and Chloe Gannon, 2 regular starters, not in the starting lineup tonight, not playing for USI. Buchanan and Ralston have had to step into those places. As Jeffermans now will head to the line for her own crack at it. He's a celebrated Aussie prospect. Was the MVP at the U18 Women's Asian Championships. And that's another part about this freshman class that stands out to me, as Jefferman's 6'4". They went out and recruited a lot of size. They brought in a lot of big kids. Even their guards are bigger. And that's something that this team hasn't always had in recent years. They've needed a little bit more of that interior presence.
Yeah, when you can go inside out and kind of play, you know, all 5 players, it's something that, you know, in these games might not matter. You can play everybody, but when you're trying to make NCAA Final Four national championship team, you know, you need some size, you need some quickness, you need some athleticism, and this team has it all.
Stan Bololu was a big prospect last year out of Turkey. Jefferman spins and flips it in. She's got 5 now. Down under 7 minutes in this one. And a foul away from the ball.
Foul on the Cardinals, number 15, Nyla Jefferman's her second, team second.
And our stat man, Ken, just pointed it out to me. It's got to be mentioned. Rick Stein, as he get a flip-in layup there, Rick Stein holding true to the coaches wearing suits. I mean, I feel like that is years past us now after COVID, but Stein sticking with it. You can appreciate the look on the sideline. Arenas driving. 8 on the shot clock here. Bender fires in and out. 2 Cards fighting for the rebound. It's Jeffermans who ends up with it. And I think Grayley was out when she landed with the ball. She passed it right back to Jeffermans. Stan Bololu. Nice move. And the finish. And the bench loves it for Louisville. As Shafford's jumper is no good. Shafford, tough night tonight, 1 for 9. You're not going to see her have nights like that very often. An excellent player. Jumper's not falling tonight. Bender for 3. She's starting to wonder what it's going to take. She's had a couple rim out on her hometown kid in her debut.
And she's one of those players who knows how to win, coming from Sacred Heart Academy with 4 state championships. Back to back to back to back. You don't hear that about that often.
You do not. In fact, you never. It's the first time that's ever happened in boys or girls basketball.
Oh, wow. I did not. I should know that, coming from me being from Louisville.
Incredible.
But that's one thing Jeff Walls did say about her, is she is a winner.
Her high school teammate Trinity Ralston is on USI. A cool opportunity for those two to play against each other. Saunders still working, has her shot blocked by Berry. Arenas, Euro step, missed it.
Out of bounds, possession stays with the call. In the game for USI, number 4, Trinity Ralston.
Speaking of Trinity Ralston, she's back on the floor for USI.
Also in number 24, Amaya Buchanan.
As Shafford and Saunders and Rayleigh all come off. And I would guess that that's probably the last we'll see of those 3 tonight. 3 key players for USI. And 5 seconds on the inbound. That's a couple of them tonight for Louisville. And I can always sense the tension that you feel as the game goes on, because you're counting the turnovers. For U of L fans, that's a big one for Jeff Walls, isn't it? The turnover number. He does not like turnovers.
No, turnovers numbers. Now, there's 2 different turnovers in his opinion, a dead ball turnover and a live ball turnover. Where live ball, if they get a steal, go down to the other end, hit a layup. But dead ball turnover, that's a dead ball turnover. But he still doesn't love them. Magic number is keeping it under 12, because it's not going to be a perfect game. You're going to have some mistakes. People are going to turn the ball over. But if you want to make a long run come March, you got to cut the turnovers down.
Well, they're at 13 as Berry pulls up and hits the jumper. Sosa Imafidon is on the floor along with Anaya Hardy. Down under 5 minutes now. Here's Buchanan. Imafidon with the big block underneath. The
And the
redshirt
bench
freshman.
over there going crazy.
You can see him waving the towels.
That's what you like to see.
That's been noticeable all game. Both benches have been very much involved in this game, which has added a fun element to it. A good crowd here tonight. As Green drives and flips it in. Her first points of the night. Amari Berry from Clarksville, Tennessee, was the Gatorade Player of the Year in Tennessee, wearing that #1 jersey in the bottom left of your screen. Also Mrs. Basketball in Tennessee, and McDonald's All-American. Highly decorated career. And you can see why as she steps into a 3, missed it. Imafidon draws the foul underneath. And we're gonna step aside here for the final timeout. Louisville on top in the 4th.
Prairie Farms is proud to partner with the Louisville Cardinals to showcase standout student athletes with the Prairie Farms Student Athlete of the Week. Isaac Brown is this week's Prairie Farms Student Athlete of the Week. Brown has named ACC Rookie of the Week for the 2nd straight week and 3rd time in the season. Brown had 151 yards on 20 carries, including a 45-yard touchdown when the Cardinals broke in Clemson.
Back here in Louisville, where the Cardinals lead the visiting USI Screaming Eagles, the first of a handful of tough non-conference matchups for Louisville against conference champions and ranked opponents. And of course, that November 16th game, Jess, is always going to be circled on everyone's calendar a little earlier than we're used to, but it's a big one coming up on that schedule.
Oh, it's a huge rivalry, and I guarantee you the veterans on this Louisville basketball team will make sure the newcomers are ready to play that game and to, you know, teach them what that rivalry means to this city.
And top 25 game between the two of them. As Imafidon misses the free throws. Arenas, Randolph, Hardy, Imafidon, and Bender on the floor for Louisville. Carey, Buchanan, Sepulveda, Ralston, and Green on the court for USI as we finish out proceedings here in the final 3 minutes. USI 21 points in the first quarter, 21 points since. It was a 1-point Louisville lead through the first 10 minutes. And USI did lead 21-17. It has been all Louisville since that moment. The Cards have forced 19 turnovers and just been everywhere on the defensive end. Sepulveda ahead for the lay-in is good. She's got 6 points. This will be win number 1 for the Cardinals before they hit the road. As we mentioned, 2 tough road games in a row. UT Martin and then Kentucky.
It's always nice to get that first win under your belt, especially here at home. You said we had a great crowd here at the Yum Center tonight. A Friday night game, kind of different. We're used to Thursday night games, but the crowd still came out and supported their women.
50th season of Louisville women's basketball.
Nice rebound by Nyla Hardy. And USI continuing to push the pace. You know, no matter what the score is, they're pushing that ball still and playing until the buzzer hits 0. What you like to see.
It's been a high-paced game regardless of the score. It has been a very fun matchup. A lot of energy to it. You mentioned the benches getting into it.
And credit to Louisville's defense. I mean, that first quarter, not very good, but they definitely stepped it up and figured out a way to work together to stop this USI team from staying in this ball game.
USI just 0.7 points per possession, 30% turnover rate. I mean, it has been a suffocating Louisville defensive performance for a very good offensive team. Just 2 of 14 from 3 for USI. They made 36% of their threes last year. One of the best three-point shooting teams in college basketball. And when you think about the fact that they're scoring just 1 out of every 3 possessions, this shows you how good Louisville has been defensively. Final minute of this one as the Cards have youngsters in and trying to see this one out. Well, Jess, I'd be remiss if we went off the air without mentioning it's first broadcast of the year. Congratulations to you and your husband for your addition to the family. Very exciting.
Thank you, thank you.
Our lives are very different now when we're calling these games
Yes.
than they used to be.
And congrats to you,
Thank you.
and your wife for
Appreciate
your second.
it. Yeah, got a packed house.
That's my little one's 4 months old in the house tonight, so shout out to him for for sticking through this basketball game way past his normal 7 o'clock bedtime.
Well, he got a good show here in the home opener for Louisville. A great basketball town. The crowd was lively. It's filtered out a little bit here as the game has opened up. 50th season of U of L women's basketball. A proud program, obviously, under Jeff Walz, has seen previously unprecedented levels of success. And with this young squad, the youngest of Jeff Walz's tenure, which is crazy to say, they are going to start the year with their first home win, their 9th consecutive home opener victory. And that's one final whistle before we get out of here. Jessa, just your final thoughts here as Louisville is about to put its stamp on a 75-51 win over USI.
Yeah, you know, they started off slow. Give credit to USI coming to the young